Hey guys, this is Leo. I assume everyone can hear me. I'll do a quick introduction and I'd like to share probably in 15 minutes a little bit more about what Huawei program is and how you can benefit from it. I think seeing the eight startups coming for your final pitch day is always exciting. We do that a lot. I just finished one of our pitching day as well last week. So I know it's a lot of effort to get up here. So today is your reward day, and I'm looking forward to hear the pitch as well. So, and allow me to share my PowerPoint. Um, so, firstly, what is Huawei Spark? In short, it's a platform that we built for tomorrow's scale up, and let me articulate what that means. So I joined Huawei about 12 months ago, slightly over 12 months, predominantly from consultancy in large MNCs, a few of them, and then working on innovation and working with PEs and VC firms. So there is one very prominent issue with startup ecosystem, which we all know it. I rephrase it called as a Series A crunch. So it basically means 90% of startups have failed to reach Series A and beyond. And think especially the early stage ones, it's almost that milestone that like make or breaks you. If you get to Series A, then your chance of survival just increase 2 or 3 folds. Oh, I think I lost it. Share again. So that's the problem that we're trying to solve, which is the genesis of this program. We are building a platform to help the startups become the scale-ups. Okay, and the way we do it is quite structured. So from Huawei Cloud perspective, we support the startup from 6 different aspects. So we're providing financial support in terms of cloud credits, tech funds. We also have innovation funds for specific projects. And obviously from cloud and AI perspective, we provide relevant tech support and training. What really makes us different is our go-to-market support, whether it's about go China or go global, wherever Huawei presence enables you to be. The mentoring coaching is very much about leveraging internal as well as external resources from very wide community to provide that coaching. Last but not least, the Spark Fire program is the jewel on our crown that really help you in terms of business development, which I get into in a few slides. And if I've summarized, what the program USP, the unique service proposition, in comparing to other facilities, I think for us it's about supporting startup, in 5 different domains, and I think we have our shortcomings. We're not a VC fund, so we don't really provide funding into equity. So our investment angle is not as strong. But our strong suit is very much rely on the actual platform itself, which I will talk about the ecosystem we're building. I do echo, what Faya and Dana shared. It's about ecosystem builder. And I think we are fortunate to have the presence and size and the technical know-how to build a very different platform in scale. The second aspect is the sales and marketing. So the company is a massive as a company, which we enable all the startups to access the resources within Huawei and also within our client environment. Last but not least, the technology is the foundation of this program. And just to give you a view of what Huawei technology really means, we are one of the world leading tech company. We built world most comprehensive tech stack, and these are not just my words. These are reflected and proven based on the number of employees that we have in the R&D. So it's the 200,000 employees in Huawei, and 50%, 100,000 of them are in R&D. We also host, we are the third largest R&D investment by volume and growth, and then we host over 100,000 active patents as of last year, and the company is still growing at 138 billion in revenue. So it does have that width and depth in terms of technology stack. But that's not probably the most important thing in terms of startups. At the end of the day, you are building with a tech at your core. So there are certain aspects that you would look at other service provider like Huawei to provide to you. But what I think you are looking for the most is more about the ecosystem. What value can we bring to you and in order to power your growth? So I've been doing this program for over 12 months now, and we have worked, I've seen more than 1,000 startups. We have quite a number of portfolio companies. And across Southeast Asia, there is very visible challenges that we all know about it. And, it's a non-homogeneous market, which means people speak different language or different, there's different culture. So communication barrier is always a problem. And then there's quite significant economic and social divides between various countries, which made it difficult for a startup to compete. And lastly, there are quite a lot of stakeholders in this whole ecosystem, being government, universities, VCs, but they still tend to be in silo. So from our perspective, when we're building the ecosystem, it's very much about solving those challenges to unlock the growth for the startups. So our ecosystem have three key attributes. We, make it short, call it 3 I's. So the first one is about building an integrated ecosystem. So within our portfolio, today we have about 60 plus startups in our portfolio across 10 different countries and industries. So it's about building those vertical in terms of industry as well as horizontal, which is their capability, integrate them. So essentially means our startups are working with each other to provide support to each other. So whether it's about providing a security solution to a fintech company to make a better product for their clients. So we're seeing quite a lot of that in terms of integrating capabilities within the portfolio by capability and by industry. And secondly, is about building a very inclusive ecosystem, which is to include the government, the university, the VCs, and enterprise and service providers. And today we work with all of them across 4 different markets and countries in Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand, actually 5. And lastly, it's about to be inverted. I mean, this is a relatively difficult term. So what does that mean, inverted? Inverted means you're shifting the value from inside the system to the outside. So a simple metaphor I give, let's use the Indonesia example, like if Gojek, the majority of a Gojek value is probably created by the drivers or the taxi drivers, which are not an employee of the company, right? So they're from the outside. By doing so, it solve a problem of scalability. So when we're building an inverted ecosystem, meaning the value generation and creation isn't just within the Spark program itself, it is largely contribute to the resources that we can combine outside of the platform. So that way we achieve scalability as well as growth. So some of the examples we give is, we bring in Sri Lanka, DevOps capability to Southeast Asia countries, given there's a shortage of talents in terms, especially in the developers space. We also have a program called Sparkfire, which is to enable the startup to sell to Huawei, sell with and sell through Huawei. So essentially, we bring in the needs and demands from our enterprise clients through our sales team and channel that into the startups. So we're trying to make a match between the needs and demands, so the demands and the supplies. And then our platform, being our cloud as well as our mobile, give access to 700 million mobile users, through our app gallery and 3 million cloud users. So all of that is about putting the capability outside of this program in front of the startups. So in short, this is just this is as of first half of this year. We have 61 portfolio companies, and we're growing. We just finished our 2021 competition. Our cohort is just adding another 30 companies into the portfolio. And some of the early stage startups has already grown up to a scale up. So I want to call out a few names, and just to make this very tangible, very trustworthy. There are a few startups like UCars, Singapore-based, car platform. They have grown triple digit since they joined our program, which will help them in terms of go to market. Ada is an insurance tech company. We have helped them build a SaaS-based POC platform, and they has also grown and just signed a contract with the Singapore government. Next Billion, Scantis, they managed to raise new rounds this year after 6 months joining our program. So all of these are very tangible achievement for these early stage who managed to become a Series A round or achieve Series A round. And we work with a lot of VCs. So in totality, about 30 plus VCs we work across the region, and I'll just highlight some of the key ones, like Sequoia. I see Mark Hills is here today as well. So it's about bringing those I guess investment opportunities to the startups. But this is not all, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we are here for a long game, and we are here to build an ecosystem that's going to be sustainable. So our new ambition with our 3-year plan is to invest $100 million US dollars in 3 years to do the following. So we're going to build 1,000 startups into our portfolio, out of which we're going to grow 100 of them to become scale-ups. We also here to identify and train 10,000 developers by working closely with universities. We're launching our first Spark Hackathon. It's been launched next week, so you'll see the first batch in March next year. We also have a program called Pit Stop, which is to help the startup to really use and learn Huawei Cloud services and also do joint development. And we have a program called Spark Innovation Program. And this program is created specifically between our enterprise client and the startups. The clients who are looking for innovation, digital transformation, startup looking for POC opportunities, it's about marrying the two. And then we're launching Spark. The good news is we're launching Spark in Indonesia next year. So I think this is more of, pre-play, warming up for our program for what's happening in 2022. So stay tuned. And let's just conclude it. And our vision is to really build this inclusive and sustainable startup ecosystem, very similar to our partners. And then with this platform for tomorrow, scale up and contribute to the social and economic prosperity in Asia. My final thought, and I'd like to leave this to you and open floor in case anyone has any questions. And I do believe the present is made by those who do. And if you watch our video, opening video, which is about Dare to Exceed, it's really to echo the future is made by those who dare. So I want to encourage you to look for us and apply into our program. And all the best to the top 8 startups. I hope you had a fantastic session today. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leo, for sharing your insight with all of us here. I would like to ask a little bit to the audience. If you have any questions, please let us know. There's already a question here in the question box. I will ask you directly. How if startups want to join the Spark Indonesia in 2022? Any requirements they have to submit?
Okay, so currently you can apply Spark program. We have a global program. So you can either reach out to myself or we have local colleagues in Indonesia. Later on, I will probably, at the back of my presentation, there's a link and email. We are yet to make the application online. So I guess, just reach out to us and we'll make sure we give you a contact. So for moving for next year, we will be launching a Spark startup competition. So this is in the planning phase, which will be open to all applications. And we really focused on the early stage ones. It's not that we don't welcome you if you're already at Series B, but I also want to be truthful. Like if you're at a Series B, the chance of you getting a sizable and meaningful support may not be as much as the early stage ones. And I think that's where we really see the value comes from. So just watch out for it.